from the 11 Alive Storm Trackers, and I wanted to join you live here tonight to talk about what to expect for tomorrow with the storm threats that we have here. Many of you may know that some schools are altering some of their hours. Some schools are closed. I'm not going to list all the schools here. You can find that at our website at 11alive.com. I'm doing this Facebook Live tonight for you on Facebook that you can see right here. So you may see me looking at this camera sometimes, my phone. You may see me looking at this camera at some points because I'm also doing this on YouTube. I'm doing this on 11 Alive Plus, on our app, on our website, and all of our digital channels here where we are doing this update on this storm threat during the day on Friday. Now, this has really been an evolution of forecasting for this storm. Yesterday, the Storm Prediction Center placed us in a level 3 risk for severe storms, and that got a lot of people's attention. Today, the Storm Prediction Center centered that level 3 risk more out to the west, over into parts of Alabama and Mississippi, but we still have a level 2 risk for storms here. And I'm going to break down everything with those risks, what to expect, as well as the timing. We're also going to be looking ahead into next week as some really cold air moves our way, and whether or not that could mix in with a little bit of moisture to give us any bit of a winter mix. So I'm checking here on Facebook Live as well. I see we have almost 400 people there right now. Anita says, thanks for doing this. Cynthia says hello. We have other folks making comments here saying hello. And thank you for doing this, and hello from Cedartown. So I'm going to let folks make some comments there. I'll get back to those in just a minute, but let's start right now tracking this system that is going to be moving into our direction. I want to show you radar here, and of course we don't have anything going on right now in our area. We're mainly dealing with mainly clear skies. A few clouds may mix in at times. Tomorrow is going to be chilly in the morning, but not as cold as it has been, and then tomorrow afternoon, we're expecting temperatures to make it up into the lower 60s. So as those temperatures warm during the day tomorrow, that is going to be when our air is going to be a little more unstable as the front moves our way, and that's going to give us a chance for some of those showers and storms. Again, for those of you on Facebook who are just joining us right now, sometimes I'm looking at you on this camera, and then sometimes I'm looking over kind of off from where you're watching to this camera here, because we're also simulcasting this on YouTube as well as 11 Alive Plus and all of our digital feeds. All right, so nothing going on right now in our area. And if you go out to the west, I know this really doesn't look that impressive, does it, yet? But still tonight, out to our west, there is the potential for some of these storms that you see here that are starting to fire up a little bit more back in parts of eastern Texas, eastern parts of Oklahoma, and into Arkansas here. Those are just now beginning to kind of fire up just a little bit more and become a little more active. And that's the part of the system that is going to be moving into our direction. So here is a look at the convective outlook for tonight. Now, that lines up with what I just showed you just a moment ago, where you see that tan color right here. That's where we have that level 3 of 5 risk for severe storms tonight, and that's where those storms are starting to fire up right now. Surrounding that in the yellow color is the level 2 risk, and then just to the east of that is the level 1 risk that includes a big part of the Mississippi area and parts of eastern Louisiana as well. We're not concerned about severe weather in our area tonight. Tonight, we're going to be just fine. In fact, we don't even expect any rain here tonight. And really, the first part of the day tomorrow, we're not expecting any rain here in our area either. It's mainly going to be around lunchtime when some scattered showers develop, and then in the afternoon, ending early evening when we have the main line of storms that will move our way. So here is a look at the convective outlook, excuse me, from the Storm Prediction Center. And remember what I was saying just a little while ago. Yesterday, when the Storm Prediction Center issued the outlooks, they included a level 3 risk for areas south of I-20 and down into central Georgia. Today, they scaled back on that and are focusing more of that level 3 risk tomorrow. That's going to be more out to the west through parts of western Alabama over into central and northern Mississippi, where the chances are going to be higher for some of those severe storms. But even though we're not in the level 3 risk anymore, we're still in that level 2 risk, and it covers really just about the entire state except for that little part of North Georgia where there is a level 1 risk. So what we're going to be watching for tomorrow will be the potential for some strong wind. And when I'm talking about that, and I'll explain more about that in just a minute, we're talking about more than just thunderstorm winds. The winds are really going to start whipping up during the day tomorrow, getting strong, even when it's not raining, all right? So it's not just thunderstorm winds. We're going to see the winds whipping up throughout the day. That could bring down some trees, some tree limbs as well. The ground is very saturated, so it's very soft. So if you get a lot of strong winds, it could easily bring down a tree. Of course, that could cause some power outages as well. The rain situation is interesting. We do think that the band that comes in will be heavy rain. However, it's going to be a fast mover. I don't think we're going to get maybe a ½ inch of rain tomorrow with this system. So we don't really expect any flooding issues, even though the ground is saturated. It's just such a fast mover. We're not going to have a lot of rain piling up to cause any type of flooding. So brief heavy rain is a possibility. There is also the risk for an isolated tornado. Now, there's a little bit of instability there. We have to watch some of the upper level winds with that as well, and those are going to be a little bit stronger. So that's why we think that there could be an isolated spin-up tornado that could happen. So these are the main impacts that we're watching. Number one, the rain. It's going to be a fast mover. Most likely less than an inch. I think that most areas might be lucky to even get a ½ inch of rain. So again, not really concerned about a big time flooding threat. The wind is going to be very strong during the day. As I mentioned, even outside of the thunderstorm risk, we're talking about in the metro area, we're going to have wind gusts 35 to 40 miles an hour. And in the mountains, we're talking winds that could be gusting between 50 and 60 miles an hour. So that's going to be some strong winds that could cause some damage. Now, the severe weather threat is mainly a wind and rain issue. An isolated tornado is not out of the question, although we don't think that's going to be a very high risk here in our area. I think that'll be a little higher down into parts of central and also South Georgia. So here's the timing of that rain. In the morning, going to work, it's going to be dry, but then once we get closer to lunchtime, that's when we'll see those showers developing and a few thunderstorms through the afternoon, and then ending, we're thinking after 5, 6 o'clock, and then drying out during the evening hours here tomorrow. So let's talk about, again, we talked about the convective outlook. Let's talk now specifically about the timing here of what we're watching. All right, so here we are right now. If y'all can see the time right there at the top of the screen, all right, and those of you on Facebook can see it right here. We're talking about dry weather conditions going through the nighttime hours tonight. And then during the day tomorrow, in the morning, clouds are going to be building in a little bit more, all right? So clouds start building, but still no rain in the morning. So you're driving to work tomorrow, looks like it'll be dry. Through the morning hours to around lunchtime, we start to see a few scattered showers developing. You can see that here ahead of that main line. And then look at that sharp southeasterly flow. That's going to help our temperatures warm up into the low 60s. We hit the low 60s today, but that was with the sun helping us. Tomorrow, we're not going to have as much sunshine, but we still think we'll make it up into the low 60s tomorrow. Out to the west, back what you see in Alabama, that's the line of storms that'll be moving our way. Once those move into Georgia, that's what we're going to be watching for, that potential that some of those could turn strong. Now, as you can see, though, kind of a broken line, but what we're going to be watching with this is that within that line of storms, there could be some individual cells that have that heavy rain, that have the lightning, and that have that low risk for an isolated tornado to occur. So this as at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, all right? So showers, some of them heavy in North Georgia, coming into Northwest Georgia. So I know a lot of folks are going to be asking on Facebook, what about my city? What about my town? This is the time where you need to pay attention here, because I can't go through and say, okay, Cedartown has this, that time, you know. So watch right now as I'm walking you through the timeline of when we think these storms are going to be the strongest. As you can see here, this is moving through very quickly. The pause point that I had on just a moment ago was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So from the Rome area at 2 o'clock all the way into the Atlanta area at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And by 4, Rome, you're going to have the clouds breaking up, and you may even see some sunshine behind this system here. So it's moving through very quickly. And again, there's that line, and you've got a big convergence of the winds there. You can kind of see that with the arrows here, and that's why some of these storms could get a little bit stronger and we could have a little bit of shear with that and some of that instability, and that's why we have to watch just for that low risk for an isolated tornado as that swings on through. And then, okay, so this is at 4 o'clock, this pause point right here. Now I'll take you to 6 o'clock. All right, and this is 6:30 actually, and look how those storms are already well off to the east and getting closer to the Augusta area by 6. And by afternoon, we may even see a lot of those breaks here in our area with some sun coming through late afternoon as we get into the evening hours. So fast moving system, all right? That's the thing that I want you to realize as this moves on through. But again, it could be strong as it moves on in. And then behind it, it's going to start getting cold. We will clear out for the weekend as far as the rain. We're not concerned about any rain here in our area on Saturday. And then once we get into Sunday, another dry day, but both days our high temperatures are going to be getting into only the 40s here for both Saturday and also on Sunday. Now let me advance out a little bit more. Okay, so that's what we're talking about for Friday's storm threats, all right? Now let me go even further to the next system that we're going to be watching, and that is going to be cold air is going to be in place next week. But we may have a little moisture coming in Monday into Tuesday. And I'm going to tell you with this, the models have not been consistent on this for Monday into Tuesday. Here is what the European model is showing right now, that there may be a little moisture up to the north of us on Monday as we have cold air, some of that moisture trying to move in, may shake out a few flurries over far north Georgia, back into North Alabama, northern, maybe even central Mississippi, getting in on some of that. And then into Tuesday morning, the potential for a few of those flurries. Some of those may extend down into Atlanta. This is not a forecast, all right? This is just one of the model outputs. I'm just letting you know what this is showing here for a possibility for Tuesday morning with a little bit of that moisture and really cold air in place, squeezing out whatever moisture's in the atmosphere. And then as we go into Wednesday, it is going to be really cold on Wednesday. We're going for a low down to about 19 degrees on Wednesday morning. So we may be in the teens here Wednesday morning. And then afternoon highs for a couple of days will only be in the mid, maybe some upper 30s. We may only get above freezing for a very short period of time on Tuesday afternoon as well as on Wednesday afternoon. So that's what we're going to be watching for moving into next week. So here's a summary here on the 7-day outlook of what we've got going on. I'll take you back to radar and everything before I wrap up here at 9:15. This is what we're talking about in the 7-day forecast. Showers and some storms on Friday, partly cloudy Saturday and Sunday, but chilly. Highs around 46 Saturday, 50 on Sunday. Really cold next week. We're watching that moisture Monday into Tuesday, mainly later Monday into early Tuesday, where we could see a bit of a winter mix there. And then drying out again on Wednesday and Thursday, but it is going to be really cold. Look at that high Tuesday. Only 36. We're down to 19 on Wednesday morning with a high of 38. So maybe only getting above freezing for a very brief period in those afternoon hours. 25 for a low on Thursday morning, then getting up to 43 in the afternoon, trying to warm up just a little bit more there in the afternoon. All right, it's 9:13. I'm ending this at 9:15. So I want to show you the timeline here one more time, because that's usually the thing that everybody wants to see is the timeline of these storms. So in the morning, you see the clouds that are trying to build in. Those clouds will thicken up through the morning, and then to around lunchtime, we'll have a few scattered showers that'll be moving through the area before that main line. You see that main line that's back into Alabama, coming into northwest Georgia, around Rome. This is around lunchtime here. And then you can see here, as it's moving on through, that line gets closer to us. This is at 1:30 in the afternoon. From Rome, stretching down toward the Alabama line, including areas like Floyd County, Polk County, Heard County, Carroll County, Haralson County, down into Troup County, and then moving through the Atlanta area. This is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So the time you're going to be most active there, we're thinking really from West Georgia around noon to around Atlanta at 4, and then pushing on off to the east. Oh, I'm sorry, that went really kind of too fast there. pushing off there, you see in the Athens area, maybe 5, 6 o'clock, and then moving out very quickly, and then we dry out for the rest of the weekend. So that is in a nutshell what we have going on. I want you to be weather aware tomorrow, but this isn't something that I want you to be panicking about or anything. Just be aware of the weather for tomorrow. Make sure you keep up with us here at 11alive.com, 11 Alive Plus, on YouTube, on our app, on TV as well, and we'll keep you updated throughout the day. Tune in tonight at 10 on the ATL, as well as 11 o'clock tonight on 11 Alive, and I'll have more updates for you there too. Thanks for watching.